James O'Keefe just pulled off his most audacious undercover operation yet, infiltrating the World Economic Forum at Davos with a disguise so convincing he got climate executives to spill secrets about carbon taxes, weather modification, and yes, even chemtrails. But when his cover got blown, well, certainly it's going to shock you. You see, this is not just another undercover video. This is your future being decided in secret. While you're struggling with rising energy costs and inflation, these climate elites are literally discussing weather modification and artificial rain programs connected to DARPA and three-letter agencies. They're not just taxing your carbon footprint, they're engineering the weather itself. And when O'Keefe's resources reveal BlackRock is pulling the strings behind the entire climate agenda, you realize this goes way deeper than environmental policy. This is about control. Control over weather, control over resources, and control over you. The moment O'Keefe's disguise was spotted, he had to flee, shows just how desperate they are to keep these conversations hidden from the public. And speaking of things that they do not want you to know about, let me tell you about something that could change your daily comfort. You see, you're getting older. I'm getting older. It's unavoidable. And until science figures out how to age in reverse, one thing most of us face is joint pain. Now, you've probably tried supplements or creams promising miracles, but let's be real, most of them don't work. And here's where most people don't get results from turmeric. See, standard turmeric, the stuff in your pantry or basic capsules, it barely gets absorbed by your body. That makes it almost useless for serious joint pain. That's why renowned pain specialist Dr. Josh Levitt worked with a specific turmeric extract called BCM95 curcumin. It absorbs up to 200 times better than regular turmeric. He didn't stop there. He combined it with boswellia to fight inflammation, magnesium to relax tight muscles, and bromelain to dissolve joint stiffness. All in one formula called Golden Revive Plus. Golden Revive Plus is not just another turmeric pill. It's a complete joint restoration system that's designed to rebuild cartilage, reduce pain, and restore smooth movement. Now, I've started taking Golden Revive Plus myself. The difference is amazing. No more stiffness in the morning, no more hesitation climbing stairs, just easy, pain-free movement again. If you're tired of being disappointed by other joint supplements, try Golden Revive Plus. Visit goldenrevive.com/NNN to learn more. Again, goldenrevive.com/NNN. The link is right below the video in the description box. Now back to O'Keefe's explosive Davos infiltration. Here's the twist nobody saw coming. The executive didn't just talk about weather modification. He specifically mentioned working with DARPA on artificial rain projects. We're talking about the Pentagon's Advanced Research Division collaborating with climate organizations to literally control precipitation. And when O'Keefe pressed about the financial backing, that is when BlackRock's name dropped like a bombshell. Now, before we get to James O'Keefe, I want to get to President Trump's remarks regarding his trip to Davos. And this is what he believes is going to happen there.
I think more than anything else, what I'm going to be speaking about is the tremendous success that we've had in 1 year. I didn't think we could do it this fast. Think of it, it's just now 12 months. And, you know, I say it often, we have the most successful country in the world. We have the hottest country anywhere in the world by far. And this country would have been absolutely stone cold dead. And I'm going to be talking about it. I'm going to be, because, you know, a lot of them could use some of the advice as to what we did. They need energy. You take a look at their energy policy, they're going to destroy themselves with what they're doing with the windmills and all the nonsense. They need energy help badly, or they're going to be in big trouble, and they need immigration help badly.
President Trump knows exactly what's going to happen at Davos. But did he anticipate James O'Keefe? look at the disguise. Look at the wig. James O'Keefe infiltrates Davos World Economic Forum. You ready for this, guys? Let's go.
So right behind me is the Coast Hotel. I'm going to go in there.
Working with laser light comms, DARPA. That company, do you have that company in your portfolio that does artificial rain? There might be people around you that would be alleged to have an inclination to do that.
Got BlackRock behind us.
You know, if you put sulfur dioxide there, is actually a pretty cheap way to cool down the earth.
Oh, yeah.
So
I don't want aluminum oxides in my lettuce. Are you kidding me? A cocktail from the hill that they're spreading above our heads.
Yes.
You guys work with carbon taxes at all? We are one of the largest climate accelerators.
I think you noticed your wig, so I think we should go.
Let's go. Someone noticed the wig, so we have to get the hell out of here. How you doing, sir? And I support the work you guys are doing. I support what you guys are doing because they said that BlackRock was behind all the climate stuff. Someone noticed the wig, so we have to get the hell out of here. We are here in Switzerland, in Davos, and we are on top of a mountain eating truffled potato terrine in a vegetable coat with curly endive salad and forest berry dressing. So we decided to pack our bags, get a bunch of undercover people, hidden cameras, and infiltrate the World Economic Forum, or some of the Swiss people call it WEF. WEF, we've heard it being referred to. Some of these people actually looked like James Bond villains, come together to discuss ways to make themselves richer. So what really goes on? What do they really say? We're going to take you there. We also built a fake website and a company called Climate Systems Engineering Group. We had a bunch of business cards on our website. We talked about this climate work that we do on behalf of governments. We have investor money. We want to give money to people to do what we're doing and see what they might say. So we're leaving Bad Ragaz, Switzerland. We're headed to Davos, as the Swiss call it. As you can see, what beautiful scenery. We got to get through the security checkpoint. We're going to tell them that we're skiing, which we were, in Pizol, and hopefully that gets us into town without any issues. And we're posing as Climate Systems Engineering Group, trying to get that sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere to prevent the sun from coming through. That'll help cool down the environment. That's our cover in Davos. So first of all, there was an insane amount of security at Davos, men with guns everywhere, even a security checkpoint on the way to the location. So for our first stop, we snuck into the Post Hotel, where they were having a climate scale-up event, and we were able to just walk right in. There you see me just walking into the event with my colleague, my sister, as part of this Climate Systems Engineering Group. Now there inside that hotel, we met a woman named Sarah Lemnier, who talks about her job implementing carbon taxes and climate credits on governments, businesses, and civilians around the world. There was a very loud guitarist playing some operatic version of John Lennon right behind us as we spoke. We apologize for the sound distortion on that.
We're in aerosols in the
Now, Sarah even boasts that she's in one of the largest climate tax innovators in the United Kingdom, meaning they develop new ways to tax people and governments for the use of carbon. So their idea of reducing carbon emissions is to profit off of it.
Are you working with carbon taxes? We are one of the largest climate accelerators. Are you helping carbon taxes and any other credits. So carbon credits and the compliance markets. And we are looking at CBAM, which is one of the new regulations companies who are exporting into Europe.
CBAM, or Carbon Border Adjustments, is a new scheme in the European Union that involves charging additional carbon fees on every item that is imported or exported. This includes steel, cement, aluminum, fertilizers, electricity, and hydrogen.
Sarah Lemony, CEO of SLK. They're showing her credentials there on the screen for you. And there she is.
A portion of the taxation or helping them implement this in their countries. Do you get that?
We also work with companies to give them like a new revenue stream to strengthen their business model. So for instance, CBAM, we are interested because we see how we can help companies in LATAM, in Africa, in India decarbonize their operations so that they remain competitive to export to Europe. So that's our main goal. And lastly, we work with large foundation and development partners, the World Bank and institutions, to structure investment vehicles for them so that we can bring in and mobilize more capital.
The next day, through networking at this event, we were led to another event on the promenade with our fictitious climate engineering group. We were invited to something called the Clean Tech Forum. So you see this sign right here? So we're going to take that to the top of the hill and we're going to try to get into this event. The event is called Global Clean Tech Forum. We're going to take the gondola to the top of the hill, so we're going to get out of the car now. Ready? As we navigated our way towards the gondola to the top of the hill, looking for something called the Schlazlap Hotel. Follow me as we go inside this climate thing. Davos is absolutely packed right now. There's people everywhere. It takes about 2.5 to 3 hours just to get into the town, coming from the outside. To get into the place, we have to take a gondola all the way to the top. So we're going to take the gondola. Now, in something called the Schlazlap Hotel, high on the top of the mountain in Davos, Switzerland, there were dozens of entrepreneurs on a stage led by this guy, Balbir Singh, who kind of looks like a James Bond villain with a cane. Balbir yells how BlackRock is behind all of it.
This is a very, very special moment in Davos's history. And I mean this, and I mean it sincerely. You've got BlackRock behind us.
Now, I had seen these pavilions on the promenade earlier where each company had a place where they were located. There was Palantir, Accenture, Deloitte, and BlackRock. I actually walked up to the BlackRock pavilion, made small talk with the security guard, and thanked them for the great work that BlackRock is doing. How you doing, sir? Where do you guys open tomorrow? When do you guys open tomorrow?
It's only you need an appointment. You can go book an appointment over the homepage.
Okay.
Not possible to go here by open date.
Yeah, I was just at the one of the events, and I support the work you guys are doing. I support what you guys are doing because they said that BlackRock was behind all the climate stuff. So I really appreciate that.
You've got BlackRock behind us.
Now, we were expected to be laughed right out of Davos, Switzerland, with this absurd/ridiculous thing with my wig and my absurd little skinny female European cigarettes, but surprisingly, pretty much everybody took this seriously and offered their own experiences with weather modification, SAI, motivations, interests, and told us that they were actually interested in working with us, having them invest in us, or having us invest in them. We talked to this one Swedish guy who said absolutely fantastic. So we invest in these technologies to assist with the warming climate, and the effect of sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere will help block some of the warming, and the particles stay in the air for 1 year. So, and actually we're speaking to some of the airplane manufacturers and to see if they can emit some of our technology into the atmosphere to help with the global warming. That's right.
Fantastic.
Yeah, climate. I mean, we don't like to use the term climate engineering. It scares people, so we prefer.
Of course, but it's but for me, being an engineer, I think that's actually what you do. It's like,
yes.
You can have financial engineering, you can have, I'm sure, climate engineering, because it involves something that's more scientific.
Yes, exactly. You're an engineer, you understand. And from Sweden, right?
Yeah.
So we don't like to call them chemtrails. We don't like to use this.
So what do you call it instead?
Well, we call it aerosol injection. Aerosol. It's kind of like little droplets, and the droplets form in the air, and they stay there for a year.
Yeah.
It's modeled kind of a mini volcanic eruption, actually.
Yeah. I mean, aviation fuels have some sulfur in them, so it creates some sulfur dioxide emissions naturally, and that does have a cooling effect.
Now, this guy, Kennedy Ritchie, who runs a company called 4Air, spoke on stage, and he says on his website that he wants to, quote, decarbonize the aviation industry. He actually told me he was trying to eliminate contrails entirely, but then brought up cloud seeding.
A lot of the work actually came out of the military, so they do this all the time.
Have you worked with them at all? Or?
No, because they're a little more closed door about their procedures.
You ever heard of sulfur dioxide?
Yeah.
You've heard of that? Okay.
Yeah. It's actually pretty cheap to do it. The ability to put sulfur dioxide there is actually a pretty cheap way to cool down the earth.
Oh yeah.
So the opportunity for one or two people to do it is impressive. He went a little further. He's like, it'd be interesting if the government start doing this over each other's territories on purpose. Like if we start getting to weather modification as a government, either good or bad. The closest one I'm aware of is someone called Airborne Snow Observatory. They do some more like weather, I don't want to say modification, but more like upper atmosphere weather monitoring is probably a better term.
Yeah. Now, according to the website Airborne, this is what this guy Ritchie brings up, measures snow depth, snow water equivalence, provides highly accurate snowpack data, is a commercial spin-off of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory snow monitoring technology used to help water managers and scientists.
Earlier today in this room, Al Gore was in this room, Larry Fink was in this room, and now we're in the room talking to people about geoengineering, weather modification, and the trails that come behind airplanes. What's going on?
I don't want aluminum oxides in my lettuce. Are you kidding me?
Say that again?
Aluminum oxides.
Aluminum oxides are part of the cocktail from hell that they're spraying above our heads.
Yes.
So far, the disguise is working. Nobody recognizes me. If anything, people are very helpful, giving me their cards. Our camera operator, he got kicked out. We have the hidden cameras. Stay tuned.
A lot of these people at Davos, definitely not a fan of Donald Trump. I actually refer to him as Orange Man Bad quite a few times with different officials from the United Nations. Nobody seemed to be a fan of Donald Trump, who will be here in Davos Wednesday of this week. When is the Orange Man getting here?
His team is already here. He's speaking on Wednesday, 2 o'clock.
Really? I will not be there for that. His name wasn't Lipton iced tea. It was just high tea. We suspected he might have low tea, but he worked at the United Nations for over 16 years. Hi there. Jay, nice to see you. He works where?
United Nations.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
It's all his job, but I've been with the UN for like 16 years.
You do any education with climate change, and you do anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, the UN does everything. I mean, we sit in the private sector division of the UN, and we work with over 24,000 companies, so one of them has to be working on that. I mean, in our role, we're not allowed to comment per se.
Yeah. In one of the most shocking and interesting interactions I had here in Davos, I met a man from Denmark who works alongside DARPA. That's the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency. And he brings up that people around him would have an inclination to create what he calls artificial rain. He also says that he works with 3-letter agencies.
We're looking at Vanguard Technologies. We're creating our own platform.
Wow.
We're working with laser light comms and DARPA and other projects.
Well, I've heard of this. This is significant, serious stuff. Yeah. Do you do any climate risk work?
Climate risk mitigation, yeah, a little bit.
You do all of that? Yeah. Do you do it? What do you do?
Yeah, so
vaguely.
We fundraise, we structure capital.
I mean, you do any climate weather modification, geoengineering?
Not directly.
Indirectly, or?
No, but are you in that company? Do you have that company in your portfolio that does artificial rain?
Yes, we invest in that. Yes. And are you familiar with this? How about SAI, stratospheric aerosol injections?
Oh, yeah.
And sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere. So yeah, artificial rain, we work in that space, yes.
Wonderful. Out of
yes.
the US?
Correct, Florida.
Yeah.
Florida. Have you done any indirect work with the artificial rain, or
No, not yet.
Not yet. Do you intend to?
There might be people around me that would be alleged to have an inclination to do that.
United States? Yeah.
And Europe, Central Europe.
Well, good. I'd like
and
to.
Even Africa. I know ministers of foreign affairs in a couple of African nations legitimately.
This man seemed to be inferencing plausible deniability, not something they would ever talk about publicly, but says he was very interested with working with us.
And we're setting up a space fund together with a friend on behalf of the UAE Space Agency towards doing ground station as a service for island nations.
Wow.
And we're working with the King of Malaysia to set up a space city.
You sound like you're a good man to know.
Maybe. Depends on your ethos and your aptitude.
I understand.
Now, DARPA, out of the Department of War, Department of Defense, and the Pentagon, researches atmospheric phenomena like energy propagation, controlling ice. They focus on sensing, understanding, and mitigating cold weather effects. DARPA, to our knowledge, has not publicly announced a project to create artificial rain. It's actually incredibly rare that you ever even meet an official who would discuss anything like this. Now, at that moment, someone became suspicious and started pointing at me, so I got the hell out of there.
I think he noticed your wig, so I think we should go.
Someone noticed the wig, so we have to get the hell out of here.
Well, we just got back from Davos. I'm in a secure location. I can't say where I am right now, but yeah, we spoke to a lot of people. Remarkably, the wig, it was like a conversation starter. I mean, I spoke to 2 guys from the United Nations. I spoke to a number of these entrepreneurs with like clean jet fuel, SAF it was called. And I spoke to this one guy from Denmark, and it was remarkable because he actually said that they would think about doing artificial rain, and he works with DARPA, which is a defense agency out of the Pentagon, the Department of War, and works with some 3-letter people. And as I was recording this guy comes up to me, a farmer from this region, and he says he wants to shoot Trump.
You are American?
American.
Oh, it's like a cloud. Trump's a cloud.
Do you not like Americans?
This is the best point to shoot.
Can we just take a photo of it? Shoot the president. I was going to say shoot the photograph of the mountain, and this guy says shoot the president. That's a turret. He's going to blow him up. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Yeah,
This is another edition of The Price is My Life with James O'Keefe, where every Tuesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time in the United States, we take you inside a major institution. Tune in next week, Tuesday at 1 o'clock. You will not want to miss it. Taking you places no journalist will go. Undercover. We're watching. We're waiting. We got to be careful with these Swiss people because they might shoot the president with that turret over there. See you next time.
Oh, man.
All right, let's talk healthcare because the system is a total
O'Keefe,
mess.
man. You know, I don't often play his full videos, but that one was good. And I think it was the disguise that really got me. I think it was the wig. But the moment everything unraveled, it was caught on camera. Someone spotted his disguise. You can hear the panic. Someone noticed the wig. We've got to get the hell out of here. But not before capturing the money shot confirmation that BlackRock is orchestrating the entire climate industrial complex from behind the scenes. This Davos infiltration proves what we've suspected all along. Your weather, your taxes, and your future are being decided in secret by financial giants and defense contractors. While they eat truffle potatoes on Swiss mountaintops, they're engineering systems to control every aspect of your environment. O'Keefe risked everything to expose this conspiracy. The fact they immediately tried to shut him down tells you everything about how explosive the information really is. You see, the climate agenda isn't about saving the planet. It's about controlling you. Do you think weather modification programs should be public knowledge? Don't forget to check out the Next News merch shop to support real investigative journalism that exposes the truth they don't want you to see.
The system controls information. Information control is power.
They don't want you to see this.
The truth only survives together. They don't want this. Share this now.